Find the points of intersection between x squared plus y squared equals 9 and y equals x minus 2. First thing we want to do is graph the equations on the same coordinate plane. So here we have our x squared plus y squared equals 9, and our y equals x minus 2. And we can see they intersect about here and here. So now we have a rough estimation of where the points should be. To verify that that is the actual spot where it's going to happen, we're going to substitute x minus 2 in for y into our equation of our circle. So we're going to have x squared plus x minus 2 squared equals 9. Multiplying this out, we're going to get x squared minus 2x is minus 4x. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. And then we want to combine our like terms. We have an x squared and an x squared, which means we have 2x squareds total. The minus 4 stays and the plus 4 stays because they are singular terms. They don't have anything to combine with them. And then we're going to subtract 9 from each side, so we have a 0 over here. So our 2x squared stays, our minus 4x stays, but 9 subtracted from 4 becomes negative 5. Next, we're going to use the quadratic formula to solve 2x squared minus 4x minus 5 equals 0. Now remember, with the quadratic formula, x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So we're going to take our a, which is a 2, our b, which is negative 4, and our c, which is negative 5, and we're going to plug it into the letters in the equation. So we get x is equal to negative 4 plus or minus the square root of negative 4 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 5 all over 2 times 2. When we simplify that, negative 4 is positive 4. Everything under the radical simplifies down to 56. And everything underneath the division symbol becomes a 4. Then we can simplify the square root of 56 to 2 times the square root of 14. Now we have two problems that we get to solve because we know that we have two intersections. So we have 4 plus 2 times the square root of 14 over 4 and 4 minus 2 times the square root of 14 over 4. When we simplify that, we get 1 plus the square root of 14 over 2 and 1 minus the square root of 14 over 2. So x equals 1 plus the square root of 14 over 2, or x equals 1 minus the square root of 14 over 2. We're going to use the equation y equals x minus 2 to find the corresponding y values. So in our first case, y equals x minus 2, we put in 1 plus the square root of 14 over 2 for our x. That simplifies down to negative 1 plus the square root of 2. Square root of 14 over 2. And then in the second case, we put in 1 minus the square root of 14 over 2 for x, and that simplifies to negative 1 minus the square root of 14 over 2. So our points are at 1 plus square root 14 over 2 and negative 1 plus square root 14 over 2 and 1 minus square root 14 over 2 and negative 1 minus square root 14 over 2. When you put into a calculator, you get 2.87 and 0.87 and negative 0.87 and negative 2.87. These solutions are reasonable because they're close to the points negative 0.9, these ones are close, negative 2.9, these are close, right? Because the 7 will round the 8 to a 9 anyway, and 2.9 close to that, and 0.9 close to that, which were our estimated points from our graph.